Dissidia?
Hello
Do you
YouTube, DrakeyC here. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Dissidia Duodecim Final Fantasy. Today we are starting the 013 Epilogue. Forgot to do this. Just for the record, it pretty much never matters what reply you give them. It changes, like, you get some different items, but not important. Anyway, now we have to... What is it called? I can't remember. Just conclusion of the cycle? Anyway, so now we have to form our party from the 10013 heroes. I'm of course taking Zidane and Terra, because they're the best. As well as Cloud, Squall, and... I'll go with Furion. And just gonna get them suited up. You can use any 5 characters you want. But I just go with these 5 because, again, Zidane and Terra are the best. Cloud is just a powerhouse with his ridiculous brave damage. Squall, also ridiculous powerhouse with his brave damage. And Furion has lots of HP links, and the major thing with the 013 Epilogue is you have to deal with the Omega arenas. So I also want characters that are like adept to different kinds of fighting, you know. They can have a really good brave game, they can have HP links, they can fight in the air, they can fight on the ground. So I'm prepared for whatever they try to throw at me. Yes, summon unused. Everyone should still have the same summon setup, but I'll take a look just in case. And yeah, HP 100%. That should be good. And yep, set up with the same summons. Trying to go through this quick. I should have done this before, but I'm not that smart apparently. Yeah, Mystic Flurry is not that good. Fire Barret is really good. It's a good distraction. I thought I had more Rosetta Stones. Oh, that's right. I gave them all to Zidane and Terra because they're going to be used well into Confessions of the Creator. So you can't fault me for that. I'm going to get my investment back on them. Yep. PHP. Oh, when I haven't performed. I want. Nah. Go to PHP. Someone unused. That one do I have when the opponent's suffering from break? That'll do. And Terra, of course, also got several. Nothing connected with HP attack. Summon unused. I miss these level. Gonna miss these level boosters now. The ones from 20 onward are just 1.2 times, and meh. There's so many 1.2 boosters. Like, I guess on the upside they'll always be active since it's based on your level, and that's not gonna change. At least, like, well, it could change in the middle of the battle, but you know, it's like a 10 level range, so. I'm wondering if I want to buy No, I shouldn't, because very soon we'll be getting gold equipment. So, we'll look at the shop then. Cloud, though, can swap out for the Mithril Vest. That'll do nicely. And... oh, you can equip the manual and set reserves. There we go. I did forget to check Terra summons, because they were the earlier ones. I don't recall if I had it both. No, I didn't. I did not have the manual version of Ifrit when I did these ones. So, Behemoth, and then I like manual summons as always because you can control when they activate. Just better. Okay, this is looking pretty good. So I'm gonna put Terra in the front because I want her to gain levels a little quicker. Bonus line 23. Like, that makes me... How low have the bonus lines been in past storylines? But now the bonus line is 23, so it's like... Did they think like you're gonna play through the storylines and everyone's gonna be like level 17 and 18 and that? But then like you'll level grind off screen to gain like 5 levels. Bonus lines. If I haven't said it before, I'll say it again, and I have. I'll say it again. Bad mechanic.
Leaving the world in the hands of chaos, god of discord.
Hey, now don't make assumptions of him just because he's the god of discord. And another FMV scene.
Huh? What?
In hindsight, like, I do wonder, like, why does Cosmos' realm turn into the lands of madness? Like, it works in the original Dissidia, but, like, you could assume, like, well, Chaos just shows up and makes Cosmos' throne his own, and the characters have to return here. I guess also you could say maybe Chaos didn't turn Order Sanctuary into the Edge of Madness, he teleported them there. Don't you mean fade into the void?
After all, Cosmos died because of what you did! What did you say?
And I remember this scene in particular because back when I was doing my Dissidia subtitles, this was the last one I did. I think at the time Steparu was the person or the channel where I got the footage from that I was subtitling. And I think it was due to copyright, they didn't have the Shade Impulse for the original Dissidia, the final storyline. So this is the last scene I had to subtitle. Which sucked at the time, because like, you know, you want to do the whole thing. But no, we have to leave out the final storyline.
Speck of light. I am in absolute darkness.
Darkness conquers all worlds!
All of us are gone. Then that world.
Is this it? Is this the way it all ends?
This is how it ended. This is how the goddess of harmony
We
died.
went through all the battles that we can't just give up. Even in the deepest despair.
That seems oddly timed. Like you'd think like everything would get bright then and the crystals would start glowing after he says that. I'm surprised I caught that. I was going so fast and it's almost as big as I am. Like really, like relative to the Onion Knight, his crystal is friggin' huge. It's probably one of the biggest crystals overall anyway, and he's like the smallest warrior of Cosmos.
True darkness.
Light? No, darkness.
But they
Light?
said that we were the ones who killed Cosmos.
I'm not gonna start doing that joke
We should
because,
find out the truth.
especially in this storyline, I could do the light and darkness jokes forever and ever.
We've got to get some answers.
Now that would be a fun Let's Play part to do. Just make, quote, memes from Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy, and don't actually commentate. Nah. I'm funnier than the memes. So who is our assist? Warrior of Light, good. Because your assist can be anyone not in your party, sometimes they'll be really shitty and sometimes they'll be pretty good. Yeah, not that simple. How do you know that already? Yeah, it's a benefit of being stupid. He doesn't recognize danger. Looking back at the past. Okay. I'll look forward and keep going. Well, some people do find hope in the past. You know? I get what he's going for, I'm just being pedantic. Is there any way to chain him? Damn. Alright. So I like only need to fight this party piece and then I can go on. So yes, once again, refresher on the party piece. Fight under tournament rules. Round robin means like first two people fight, then the second two people fight, and once you've got the like best of 3 or best of however many sets, the rest of the battles are cancelled. Which sounds good, except that way only the characters who would have fought would gain experience. So since there's 3 characters in the enemy party, I tried to do Meltdown there, that's why I did Tornado so far away. Fortunately, the computer was stupid enough. Is he gonna do it again? Nope. But yes, those are malevolent wins. Just, yeah, round robin, only some characters get experience. But tournament, everyone gets experience. Which obviously is just better. I didn't press the button to complete that. I didn't want to complete it. Oh, whatever, I got it. Zidane, Cloud, Squall, Furion, there we go. Sadly, I don't believe they gain AP, just experience. But then that would make AP grinding, like, way too easy. Speaking of AP grinding, the storyline after this, Confessions of the Creator, has prime AP grinding spots, so I will cover that when we get to that storyline. Oh! That shouldn't count, you missed. I'll also mention the Moon Canyon is like the lamest Omega Arena in the game. The rest of them like change layout or have gimmicks that makes them harder to navigate or can affect the fight. This one, it's just certain new areas of ground break away. And it's like, you don't even notice because like there's so much of the arena is breakable technically already, so whatever. Now more of the ground can break away. And I know I'm doing a little Office Terra. I just did that Terra versus Chaos video, so I'm kind of still used to fighting as the level 100 Terra. That's why I tried to do Meltdown earlier. Sorry, we're not quite there yet. And then of course Golbez is just... I'm going to allow that. Because like you're only the second opponent of 3 we have to fight. And I lose a couple KP, whatever. And that's the other thing also, there is a difficulty spike. You'll notice the opponent, the AI, has a brain at last. Some of that was just me being bad, but the AI opponent is smart now. Or smarter. This one is also one of the weaker Mega Arenas. Its gimmick is that when you're close to the crystal, your bravery is drained. But, like, eh. Goodbye. Oh, not quite an... Oh, come on. Now that's just mean. There we go. Reset my bravery, please. Well, the AI is relatively smarter. Evidently. I did forget also to mention the Omega Arenas of when we were in the World of Darkness, which is actually the coolest Omega Arena. At least, like, well, one of the coolest, in my humble opinion. Was that not obvious? And I'm not gonna fight these, cause why bother? The tumultuous path. But yeah, that's fair.
So, you are all still alive. The power
And I'm grimacing now, cause
is
for my
formidable
footage collecting, I'm
indeed.
gonna have to do so many replays of the storyline.
Power of the crystals?
Because
X-Death.
yeah, there's just a lot of footage to record and a lot of like variants to record with different characters and the party lead and that.
I suppose I can enlighten
And this is a major problem. I don't know why they did this, but they screwed up the continuity.
Think of
In the
what
original
this
Dissidia, the
are.
first opponent you fought in the final storyline was Kafka. And he mocks the characters like, "Oh, there's something you should know, but I'm not telling." And then you fought X-Death at the end of part 1 of the storyline, and he had this scene. But now, X-Death is already revealing that to them, but Kafka still has his scene that he knows something he's not telling, but they already know it. I don't know why they changed the order. Like, even by accident, how'd they do that?
Has allowed the pawns to live on without their master. But so feeble is the light that remains. Even that.
I wonder sometimes what the voice actors like think of their characters, like when they have especially characters like X-Death, where the performance is so hammy and over the top, and they wanted that obviously from the dialogue. Okay. Think of the hammiest role you've ever had.
Why?
Amp it up more,
If you cannot wait,
and you're almost to the level we want for X-Death.
journey myself. All shall return to nothing, as will I, for eternity.
And no reference to Neo X-Death, who also wanted to consume everything with the Void and then himself. Which is actually different from actual X-Death, who just wanted the Void to claim power.
Prepare to disappear into the void.
I want to know the truth, too.
I miss Firaga already. Oh! That was slick. Oh! That was slick there, teleporting out of the way of the Blazara just in time.
Malevolent wind.
Oh. Okay, we're gonna retry, because I thought I could dodge away further and block that. Oh, and here's the gimmick for the Rift Omega. The buildings shift position around. Which, again, this is another one of the really cool Omega arenas. Except for the fact that the Rift is just such a huge arena, it's just a pain to get around in. But it does, like, change the stage significantly, and it's a neat idea. Come on, X-Death. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to try and call my assist there. I thought I was too late to continue the combo. Oh! There's no wall for me to knock him into reliably for assist combos. I need a wall. I'll take that. And oh yes, I have an EX gauge. And a summon, actually. That should do. Oh. Okay. Now. Goodbye. Oh, Behemoth, I love you. Again, my terror is a little off because I'm used to the level 100 terror with Holy Combo and Firaga and Meltdown and Gravaga, which is an attack, one of those attacks I want to like, but it's just so useless. Conjures a big orb of darkness over the opponent's head that slams them into the ground. And I want to like it because it sets up for some neat combos and does some hefty damage. But it just has such a long charge time and such a small area effect that it's easy to avoid. It's impractical. When I was doing those chaos fights, I actually tried to like combo Aerith with Gravaga, like Aerith stun them and then I'll conjure Gravaga. But they don't stay stunned long enough for Gravaga to charge. Which I think says something about how impractical Gravaga is, that it takes longer to charge than Aerith can stun the opponent with Seal Evil. So that's a problem. And it's not even like, usually characters who have charged attacks like that, it's part of their playstyle that they have to charge or can charge them. Terror is just, it takes way too long.
What they must know is true darkness.
Didn't we just have this flashback?
The last hope left to this world.
It's also a little odd. We're flashing back to something that happened 5 minutes ago.
Cosmos must have known that her death was a fate that couldn't be avoided.
And knowing that,
Those
still
pauses.
gave us the last of her strength?
It was hope. She wanted to pass it on, even if she died.
Again, I'm assuming that's the emulator not properly loading the mouth textures there.
No. If Cosmos granted us her last remaining moments,
We can't let them go to waste.
let's keep fighting. With our
Yes,
own
let's.
strength.
Come on. Let's get on with it. Oh, and we unlock a report. But, not watching it. I recall in this, like, scene especially, that you unlock a lot of reports that are basically just, like, short cut scenes between the characters, and maybe they fight a couple mannequins. But they should have just added them to the storyline. And because those fights, again, are just against some normal mannequins, nothing notable about them, I'm not going to cover them in this Let's Play. If you're actually watching for gameplay advice, you don't need it for them. They're just normal enemies. Anything behind us? Because never know, been caught by that before. Oh yeah, I forgot, Terra has really shitty walking speed. Zidane, you're up. Thank you. Ah, that's better. Gotta go faster. Nope, nothing. Okie doke. Let's go exploring. I'd also ask, like, how they got to the Land of Discord. You'd think, like, the storyline would have them fighting their way to the Land of Discord like the Warrior of Light did, or at least to the Teleport Stone. But, okay. Thought you did. Wasn't that, like, you share Firian's dream and all that? Okay. Oh, hello, Moogle. Hello, oh. That can go. Whoa. Okay, come on. There we go. The pompous ass in gold went to the floating isle. Well, the Moogle calls it like he sees it. Oh. Oh, I know, these are level gaps. I thought these were like level 10 to 19. No, these are different. I am gonna take this, because I don't... the best one is level gap at 90, but I don't fully recall how to get it off the top of my head, so we'll just take this. And we have all of these trade accessories, and we haven't needed to use them yet. I'm tempted to buy Rosetta Stones, but I'm not using the rest of the party yet much, so I think that's okay. 5%. Sure. Now, straight chain we don't need now. Do we need anything for chain skills really yet? Not really. Well, okay, I don't mind. Saves me the KP. I was looking ahead, like, there's not a lot of gateways with a lot of enemies to chain, and the ones that do, like, they just need, like, simple chains that I'm probably just gonna get from the orbs. So, yeah, don't need to buy anything. Back on your feet. Gargoyle Pebble, another trade accessory that I don't need and I'm not gonna use yet. Hey baby, like the tail. Oh, stop this. No one was protecting you in the fight with Kafka. You kicked his ass yourself. As I mentioned, I haven't mentioned this in a while, I don't like how they handled Terra. She is not this weak, helpless little girl. And give it a cure. Hang on to the round chain. There actually might be a use for it if we get it later. But even as I say that, we get the Mazer Eye and now it's gone. Gateway of Lost Innocence. Oh my. What do you mean unlocking? This one's a blue gateway. It's already unlocked. And why would unlocking gateways buy you time? I may as well multi-chain here. Why not? 4 enemies, multi-chain costs like 8 KP. And I did just spend a lot, so... That's why, because you never know when the Moogle shops is just gonna have something suddenly that you really want. Well, you are gonna know, but yeah. Ah, Zidane, so awesome. I love Zidane. Now I'm in my comfort zone. I got Zidane in my hands. I was going through my old uploads earlier in the week and I found an old thing I had uploaded of party battle between my mate Ghosts and my ghost card in my main party, which was Zidane, Cloud, Zidane, Terra, Cloud, Prish, and Gabranth, I believe. And I remember that Zidane I had used at the time was a Brave to Experience build that also had the blood equipment set equipped, so anytime he did HP damage, he recovered a ridiculous amount of health. And because it was actually a really good AI, it was actually very evasive and very good with landing HP links. So like someone actually commented on the vid, dude, your Zidane is scary. And he was, because he is very nimble, very quick, and if he lands an attack on you, not only is it gonna hurt, but he's gonna heal a lot. So it creates a long fight. Not gonna be doing that in this LP though. The blood equipment set is only in the labyrinth, which I am not doing for this let's play, because the labyrinth just takes way too much time. You can spend hours and hours and hours in the labyrinth, and I'm not gonna do that.
Gotta put my best foot forward.
I'd say that's your best foot forward, and you definitely put it somewhere in Vaughn.
What's the matter? Not feeling it?
Part of me wants to turn not feeling it into another having a bad day, but no. It is odd that like characters like had like completely different battle intro and outro quotes from the first Dissidia, and it's like, why change them? Like some of them it makes sense if like the battle quote was about something that's no longer relevant to the story, but a lot of them, like, why get rid of perfectly good voice clips? Why not mix and match? You know, can't be room in the data because, well, I'll just say, like, I was going through and like extracting models for Final Fantasy Wiki again lately for the Dissidia 12 book. I do not understand what the programmers of this game were doing. Because I don't think I mentioned, but I don't know if I have or not, but basically every time you see a character in a cutscene, that specific incarnation, specific variant of their model with that animation file is a separate model altogether. So like every time you see the Emperor in a cutscene, it's like that's a different model. And I'm like, why would they do things like that? Like, it seems like it wastes so much data space to have multiple models of the same character over and over and over doing the same animations. The only thing I could think is maybe it's to help save load times, but because, you know, the character has a really complex animation and you just want them for one scene where they have a simple animation, it would probably load faster. But, you know, the city already has load times that are they're not bad, but you know, it has load times, so yeah, I don't get it. I mean, why does Golbez need like at least half a dozen different cutscene models making the same animations? Like, here's one where Golbez stands there and bobs his head and holds out his hand. And this one, he bobs his head, holds out his hand, and rises into the air to assume his battle stance. You did? What promise? I actually don't recall. Hope it wasn't important. Movement got a little wonky there. We have to go into this gateway now. It's him. I'd recognize the smell of that shampoo anywhere. And this is one thing that's I appreciate, but is also a little odd. In the original Dissidia, of course, you fight all 10 villains in the final storyline. And I recall, I believe it was Garland, Exdeath, the Emperor, and Garland, where characters got a cutscene with them before and after the fight. For the other 7 villains, there was only a cutscene before and after their fight if you were playing as their respective hero or villain. So like you'd only see the scenes with Sephiroth here if you were fighting as Cloud. Which was a big pain because it was 3 storylines. There were 4 parts of the storyline, but all the villains were in the first 3. So you have 10 villains spread across 3 storylines. So you have to play through the storyline multiple times to see all the cutscenes, which is just stupid and unnecessary. But here now, doesn't matter who you're controlling, you can see the cutscene properly. The reason I say that's a bit of a mixed bag though is, well, we're not playing as Cloud. So the cutscene and the text box are all about Cloud finally confronting Sephiroth, but he's gonna get his ass kicked by Zidane, so little odd. Just like, I'm here to confront you, Sephiroth. Just meet you, me, and the ape. It was supposed to be a Robin Hood Men in Tights reference, but I did not have the right tone for it. Come on, Garland. I don't remember. Who was my assist? Let's find out. Oh, Warrior of Flight. Sure you will. And I'll zap you. Alright, not Behemoth. Damn. I'll take that, yes. So it won't really help because while I'm charging Zidon's... Oh, you know what? I'm confusing myself. I was just gonna say, like, it won't really help because, like, it's gonna have to be Cloud I fight Sephiroth with, but I just finished explaining, no, I'm gonna fight him with Zidon. I don't know what's going on anymore.
What's the matter? Not feeling it?
I'm just looking at the clock too. I thought maybe Shade Impulse could be 2 parts, but it might have to be 3. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. I don't want to spend 3 weeks doing the epilogue. Could always cut fights out. We'll see. We just started half an hour ago.
Such a good boy. You've come back to me, where you belong.
Sephiroth, stop teasing the shippers. Stop being funny 20 years ago.
To me, because you can't stand the despair.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
I don't remember clinging to you.
I don't remember that either, because they completely changed your storyline in this game, but they didn't re-record this cutscene. But then again, even in the original Dissidia, it didn't make sense.
This disease called hope is eating you alive. The world of suffering was born out of such half-baked ideals.
Says the half-baked villain.
That's the case. I have to endure the suffering. There's no moving on if I run from it.
What do you, the people at home, think? Because I'm trying to make sense of this, and I got
You
nothing.
shall drown in the pain.
Sure.
On your knees. I want you to beg for forgiveness.
What did I say about teasing the shippers? But yeah, again, Cloud vs. Sephiroth in the original Dissidia was just one of the weakest storylines. They had no reason to fight. But, you know, not then the Dissidia 12 changed things properly. But they didn't change here. I'm just noticing, stay sharp now, that's one of Zidon's generic battle intros. That's actually encouraging for me, because again, I'm going to have to re-record character intros. If they only use generic ones for a lot of these fights, that's going to make my job a lot easier.
Ready?
I was ready, yes. Come on, come back here. Oh wait, I just realized we're on planets called Omega. The thing's gonna happen soon, I'll bet. There we go. This is one of the worst Omega stages in the game, if not the worst. Yeah, now there's no solid ground except for the central platform. And the AI will spend hours and hours grinding on these life stream bars forever. I dodged it. Okay, just fire it off now. Do what damage you can to him. Actually, yeah, I forgot. I have an EX gauge. Eat dagger, bitch. What am I doing? I got an EX burst. Let's can this fish. Does anyone get that reference? I barely even know that reference, and I'm not even into the thing that it's from. And everyone's at getting to level 30, which is a good sign, because finally we can get our gold equipment.
Only myself.
You don't exist anywhere.
What the fuck does that mean?
Looking for a reason to fight. Wandering around for an answer. They're all my decisions.
Exactly.
I'm not tied to you anymore.
You never were.
Yet my shadow is burned into your heart.
Okay, Sephiroth, even the shippers are telling you to lay it off on it.
We'll meet again, Cloud. I'll keep coming back. As long as you are who you are.
As long as our appearances can make Square Enix money, I'll never stop fighting you.
No.
I think I think that's been proven with Super Smash Brothers.
Want to meet is.
Have I mentioned I'm still salty about that? I'm so over Sephiroth, really. And like even Final Fantasy VII Remake, where I liked how they did the characters and made them so much more interesting, except Sephiroth, who's still the boring old lame ass he's always been, obsessed with Cloud. Now, on to more interesting things, gold equipment. Level 30 and needs a saber. Really wishing they had an option like, hey, do you want to just buy the saber and immediately trade it for the gold sword? Because yes, I would. Because everyone can equip it. That's in our party except for Terra. Sorry, Terra. Well, actually, maybe I should. How much gold? Okay, I have 5 pieces of gold, so I can buy several pieces. Just occurred to me. Like, well, how did I unlock the Brave Blade? Guess because of the ice brand I bought, but whoa, that's like super high. I won't be getting that for a long time. I was wondering if... Nah. Looking for something in particular. If it's here... I guess not. The initial bravery thing is not here, Dawn. At the point, because that's what I want. I would want the it's the great swords that have that effect, I think. Or hang on, what Zidane has that equipment. Okay, it is the swords, so it's just I haven't unlocked one, the level 30 sword that gives an initial brave boost yet. Okay, so I guess the gold sword's as good as any. I could have gone with the stock. Yeah, let's, because that's a pretty nice attack boost. That's like, how much is that? Yeah, that's like an extra 4 points of attack. I'll take that. Now, gold shield, gold bangle. Everyone except Cecil and the Warrior of Light. They'll live. Yes, equip please. Thank you. And I could always get that if I want to, but nah. Gold hairpin. Who can equip that? Gold helm. I like almost polar opposites. Well, Zidane can equip it anyway, so I guess I'm going for the gold hairpin. Don't know why Zidane can equip hairpins, but hey. He does have fabulous long gold hair tied up in a ponytail. I'm tempted for that because that's not a bad effect, especially when you land a heavy HP hit, but nah. Okay, and golden vest. Chainmail. Nope, don't equip it because we're immediately gonna sell it. And there's our glorious gold set. And just having a look around here. No. 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 That is not helpful whatsoever. Who would buy that? I don't know. I really don't. So what the golden glorious golds... Okay, don't know what that was for. Glorious gold gives us plus 50% gil, and of course, just because it's level 30 equipment, we have very hefty stat bonuses now. So, who else is level 30? Squall's the only one. Oh, winged helm. Oh, he can't equip the gold. Oh yeah, he can't equip the gold hairpin. Well, oops. It's just awkward. You have to go into a specific character's customization menu to get back here. Ah, gold hairpin. Where's golden helm? I saw it. I thought I just saw it. There it is. Yeah, it's still usable by people. I may want it later, maybe. Yeah, let's just get it for now so Squall can have a level 30 helmet. There we go. Also, it irrationally bugs me that some of the stuff is golden and some is just gold. Like, pick one. Hey, Onion Knight, what do you got to say? That's actually really sad, actually. Yeah. That's awkward. I know what she means, but that's an awkwardly worded line. But he's kind of full of crap, so even if he told us, like, yeah. And he's in here. I can sense him.
How wonderful.
This is another scene that doesn't make much sense in the revamped storyline either.
I've come back from the afterworld.
Except that's not how the cycles of war work in Dissidia 012. And besides, haven't the characters struck down characters before and seen them come back?
Save your energy. You've yet to face the true
Like, bots killed X-Death and Terra seemingly killed Kafka, but they were back, so...
The chains binding us are no more. One schemes the world's return to the void.
Well, he did. Now he's dead.
Ultimate destruction. Each of us has
Because again, they rearranged the order of the cutscenes, and now that don't make sense.
Utterly chaotic world.
I love that little smirk.
We'll just stop every last one of them.
We're not handing you the future.
Damn straight.
The future isn't yours to give or take. Be the opening act, dear warriors. Until the time comes for my
The Emperor's plan is actually overall pretty clever, but the plot forces him to be stupid by having him hide out in their way and showing up to tell them all this. Like, dude, you're gonna take over the world. Why tell them this? And why get in their way? Go and hide and just wait.
We're gonna do this.
Gateway of artificial life. So like mannequins or androids. Oh, and this is where that round chain could have come in handy. Yeah. Okay, I'll buy that. Okay, I'll give you that. Just it's a mutual thing. What do you gotta say, Cecil? Oh, just the same thing as before. I'm actually gonna go get around. How many are there? 3 and oh, so that would actually be pretty beneficial to use a KP gambler here. I'm gonna go buy a round chain from the Moogle. I'll just edit it out and be right back. And we're back. And I had to sit through the cutscene, both the cutscene with the Emperor and the text scene again, because I guess they thought I didn't see it the first time. Now we got Onion Knight here. What does he say? Gee, thanks, kiddo. Yeah, we've made it this far. Okay. What is the KP chance? Brave break within 60 seconds. I'm considering if I should change my summons for the... just for this one. Oh, if it won't be charged anyway. So yeah, equip Cactar. I do still have the rabbit's foot. Okay, yeah. We have Cactar just in case, because again, the AI is a little bit smarter at this point. And if I use Behemoth with it without it fully charged, then it would automatically put me on Cactar anyway, so yeah. Transient Witch. When I'm about to die. I may be mistaken, but I think like the mannequins like reuse like the accessory gimmicks from the individual 10 storylines. which is pretty cool and neat and makes sense. Yeah.
Gotta put my best foot forward.
I forgot, Zidane learned Vortex. I should have equipped that. And that's not what I wanted. I don't have it for the behemoth. I don't know what's going on. Come on, just die. Thank you. Yes, it will. Don't change. Damn it. That's the stage. That's the World of Darkness Omega gimmick. The stage changes between the wide open area we saw in the battle with Exodus Mannequin earlier, or the closed-in little cave here, depending on how far you are from the opponent when the shift happens. Which is really neat. I like it. You know, it completely changes the stage. That's cool. Annoying thing is that it can interrupt attacks when it happens. So yeah. Like, against really high level opponents, the stage will only switch, the screen will black out, you won't be able to see, and the opponent will attack you while you are unable to defend yourself. Very nice. Of course. There we go. Piece of cake.
What's the matter? Not feeling it?
Come on, reach level 30, people. Gold equipment is waiting.
Two against one is fine with me.
Ow. I'm going to allow that. That's right. Zidane, kick! No, I'll bring it to an end. Goodbye. Yeah, yes!
What's the matter? Not feeling it?
Omni Air Dash was the best dash ability in the first Dissidia. I don't like it in Duodecim. I tend actually to just stick to the normal free air dash, cause simple and direct. Dash me towards the thing I'm aiming at. There's so many dash abilities, like let you dash directly away from the opponent, let you dash directly towards the opponent, like only dash when quick moving, dash when locked on, dash at any time. And it's like, just have one simple dash command. That's what most people are gonna want anyway. You start having multiple types of dashes equipped that activate under different circumstances, it's just gonna get confusing. Do 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 do.
Just as I expected.
So did I, but I'm me and you're Zidane. Really, victory should have been expected, yes.
Two against one is fine with me.
This is gonna hurt. Oh, and I got the critical hit for the one-hit KO, yes! That's beautiful. 1 AP, oh come on, cheapskates.
Just as I expected.
And finally, False Stalwart Garland.
Two against one
Yeah.
is fine with me.
Yeah. That's the problem with this AI's equipment buildup though. The idea is that when they're about to die, or that when they take a fatal hit, all their brave will be converted to HP and save them. Only problem is it doesn't work if they're broken because they don't have brave to convert. So yeah, sucks for them. You tried. There we go. That's better. It's free energy. I can spam it endlessly and never run out.
What's the matter? Not feeling it?
There was a user on Final Fantasy Wiki. I believe he was an admin. I'm not gonna name him because I don't want to in case I forget. But he had like a detailed like physics forum post about how Zidane is literally creating energy from nothing. He's breaking the known laws of physics, and thus, therefore, must be God. And like it was like a really detailed setup defining like how physics and energy and transference works and entropy stuff. And like if Zidane can defy the rules of physics and reverse the flow of entropy, he must be God. I'm gonna put Terra in the party lead, just so she can have the fight with Kafka. And I'm gonna buy the thing I never thought I'd buy just cause I'm impatient and I want to get her the golden stuff. Full metal staff. Okay, I'll allow that. Thought we had golden stuff for you. Oh. So she'd have to equip a golden staff? I'm assuming there's a golden staff. Yeah, there it is. But I'm out of gold. Sorry, Terra. They insist on flanderizing you into a mage, even though you could totally equip heavy equipment in your original game, including shields and helmets and heavy armor. You could equip the whole Genji set in your original game if you wanted to. Behemoth is good, yeah. Oh, wait. Attacks. I may as well equip it. I had Firaka equipped, I didn't think I had mastered that yet. I knew I was grousing about how I miss it. Holy combo, now that I didn't have before. Well, it's gonna take time to master that. Don't have meltdown yet. Control recovery, free air dash, glide boost, no, speed boost, jump boost. Well, may as well, it can't hurt. But post, yes, boost critical hit when attacking a staggered opponent, very helpful. And also go into Zidane before I forget. Give him the ground version of Scoop Art because it does have some use. No, that's not what I want. Storm Impulse, there we go. Forward, wall rushing, bravery attack. Very, very useful. This upward spinning attack, which again I don't like because Zidane's aerial ace, he should be above the opponent already. And there's also Scoop Art, of course, and Solution 9, which is completely useless, and I don't know why anyone would ever use it. Like any hypothetical use you might have for Solution 9, Scoop Art is just plain better. It conjures a big flurry of energy projectiles to shoot at opponents, but they hit randomly and don't do that much damage, so it's not good for distract, and Zidane has to hold still while using it. So it doesn't work as a distraction. Yeah, that's good. So it doesn't work as a distraction. It doesn't work for damage. It doesn't work to stall them. I don't know what it's supposed to be for. The only thing I think is like stun lock the opponent so you can call an assist, but that's very circumstantial, and again, Scoop Art can do the exact same thing. And again, just checking everyone's move because they've all leveled up a little. Ooh, Squall got a new HP attack. Ooh, aerial version of Rough Divide. Don't mind if I do. Sure, take off the speed boost. Get the riposte on. Because that is very handy. He learned something new. Oh, the aerial version of Sword Slash, yes. That will equip. And put Flame on there now. And I think that's the last thing he learns, except for Lord of Arms, which he hasn't learned yet. Loading, because we switch party member, or party leader rather. And now let's have the big final showdown with Kafka for Terra.
You're still alive.
How can anyone hate Kafka? He's such a fun guy. He's always laughing.
Properly.
Kafka.
Oh, I know.
That pronunciation of Kafka there was so awkward.
Right? Of course. After what you did to Cosmos, who wouldn't want to follow?
Tell me, what is it that you know?
I forgot, I wasn't there for the X-Death scene.
In that case, I'm not telling.
Stop fooling around.
Sorry, ma'am. Come on, what does it matter anymore?
That's just such an odd line, sorry man. People like, is that a blooper? Because I think in the original Dissidia they didn't subtitle it.
Listen, do you
But,
hear it?
yeah.
Those are fate's footsteps. Ta! La! Hiya! Beyond the chaos, the end draws near.
And a nice merging there of what Kafka says before using Forsaken in both the Super NES and Game Boy games. In the Super NES, it's the end comes beyond chaos, and the Game Boy Advance, it's the end draws near.
Destroy, 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 destroy!
Are you being tormented too? Here. Get away.
Oh, no. I want to get fire on you. Come on, Kafka, cooperate. Come on, let me hit. And now normally you could chain that into Ultima, but on its own it's pretty useless, holy combo sadly. I used it because I thought it would generate more EX force since it doesn't wall rush, but not really. Wondering if it's even worth the trouble of building up enough gauge to finish him with an EX burst. Seriously, Onion Knight? Seriously, Kafka? Well, that was an anticlimax. Then again, as the Chaos replay I did shows, Terra's Tornado is awesome. At least against the computer when they're stupid. Which is most of the time still. Like, the computer's smarter, but you know, it's relative.
It's not enough. Destroy more. Have got to destroy more.
And this, you know, was one of the most poignant in the original Dissidias, too. Because it really changed how people saw Kafka.
Destruction isn't supposed to make sense. It's only fun when it's senseless. Why create when it will only be destroyed? Why cling to life, knowing that you have to die? None of it will have meant anything once you do.
And like, suddenly Kafka's a sad villain and kind of tragic. Because he's just so insane and twisted, he can't understand it anymore.
Meaning, the whole world's going bye-bye.
But he's still Kafka, so he's still a reprehensible asshole.
Life. Dreams. Hope. Where do they come from? And where do they go? None of that junk is enough to fulfill your hearts.
Well, not to fulfill yours.
Destruction is what makes life worth living. Destroy, destroy, destroy. Let's destroy everything.
Destruction brought him joy because it was the only thing that made sense to him anymore.
To fill it with destruction. This misery must not be repeated. Ever. I must keep moving forward.
It also just me, or do the characters like get a little smaller relative to the stages and cutscenes? Because like that balcony seemed really big there. I've never actually like tried to do a comparison or anything, sort of thing like that. How could you have eaten my lunch? My name was on it! Come on! Another thing, they say your guidance, but Golbez didn't do much. We'll see in a report that he just reminded Cosmos of the plan she had concocted already, but, you know, she probably would have remembered sooner or later. And even if she hadn't, you know, she had still imbued the warriors with her light. So, you know, sooner or later while they're out fighting, they would have gotten their crystals, and they would have like, hey, what's this thing that suddenly appeared after I kicked someone's ass? Like, it would have happened one way or the other, even if Golbez hadn't intervened. Of course they're not tools for battle. What kind of asshole would have a revelation like, oh yeah. If a known future. Let our future be ruined or be taken. Well, that's kinda interchangeable, don't you think? Of course Adon singles out the lady to talk to. You launched your comm over a flower? When did that happen? I also don't remember them deceiving you. And the award for most obvious quote ever goes to... I'm taking a screen cap of that, cause that's Kafka, you're a little slow on the uptake there, huh? Like, seriously, you're just now figuring this out, huh? Again, why is this thing like the surprise to see them back and alive? So we've seen them come back to life already. You'd think the Warrior of Light might have mentioned at least Garland to them. Make me walk all the way around here for this. Actually, it occurs to me. Don, you're up again. There we go, that's faster. There, get it. Thank you. And our reward is Silver Lobo Claw. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, that's where we just came from, so we're going over this way. Two powers became a faint light. Who's in this one? Oh! Guess it answers that. It's Titus talking. I'm assuming it's Jecht. Okay. Oh, maybe it's the Cloud of Darkness. Yep, okay. That's cool. I was actually thinking, I brainstormed like what I think a Dissidia remake could do for a new storyline, and that would incorporate some of the new characters. And I actually thought you bring, I hate to say this, but like bring Caius into things, and Vehi, Vayne, Golbez, Auden, and actually Cloud would be the final 5 villains against Minwu, Locke, Aerith, Luna, and Noctis. And the rivalries would be based around like the characters like Luneth and Aerith come from alternate timelines. Like it would be revealed that it's not the original Aerith, it's the Final Fantasy VII Remake Aerith, and Luneth and Onion Knight are parallel versions. And like they're all like fighting to like try and change time or change history in their own way. Because, you know, like where they get what they want. Vayne and Auden and Caius are all about change, and the Golbez all about changing time to get what they want. And like to characters like Aerith and Luneth and Minwu and Locke and Noctis, you know, you can get on this too, you know, and they're like, no. I just think that'd be an interesting conflict, because you know, they've got Final Fantasy III with its remake, you got Final Fantasy VII remake, you've got the Dawn of the Future novel / cancelled DLC storyline for Final Fantasy 15. And there's also other things too, like characters who have tried to change history or change time, like Caius or Ultimecia, or to an extent even Zand, who wanted to freeze time. Like, you could make a story outline around like characters coming into conflict over their desire to change history, or look for a better world or a better chain of events than what happened. Wow.
Just as I expected.
I like that. I see everyone else learning abilities there. I was in the middle of taking a drink of water, so that's why my sounded a little off there. Grand Lethal, that is a very good HP attack for Zidane, and that will be equipped as soon as we finish this fight. So let's get it over with. That'll be quick enough, I think. I think that did sting Zidane. Yes, it looked like it stung rather badly, actually.
Just as I expected. Two against one is fine with me.
Ooh, even faster by 0.03 seconds.
Just as I expected.
And last and probably least, ooh, as I say that, eject. Oh, I have a fully X gauge, so I don't need to dry this out. Goodbye. I'm like, maybe I should stall this out, build up my X gauge for the boss. Oh, never mind.
Just as I expected.
So did I, Zidane, so did I. Thank you, 25 KP. Where at, Claw? Whatever. Yeah, don't care, don't care, don't care. I thought I turned off play plan notifications. Yeah. Grand Lethal. Charging attack that is very hard to avoid, if not outright impossible at close range. I do like it. Get speed boost and jump boost. No, not enough. I guess you just gotta master some of your attacks. Has Terra learned anything? Oh, she has. New bravery? Oh, Meteor! Meteor, yes. Alright. Oh, that can come off. That can come off. Meteor, very good. Not as good as it was in the original Dissidia, but very helpful to setting up Terra's combos. I see no new attacks. Just checking attacks. Not seeing anything. Okay, we're good.
In the end of infinite solitude, disorder shrouds the world in darkness.
At the end of infinite solitude.
All things belong in our arms.
Okay.
Not yet. We're still here.
You cannot even stand on your feet without something to protect. What will you do without your goddess to defend?
Her thoughts are with me. They live right here inside.
It's interesting how they did make the Cloud of Darkness like a distinct character from X-Death. Fascinated by humanity.
You should know that your bravado is what feeds the darkness.
Well, now I know that Cosmos is light!
Show us your resolve.
I'll show you yours if you show me mine. Okay, I guess so they do use generic intro quotes against these special opponents. Okay. I'm happy because now I don't have to replay the storyline 10 different times with 10 different characters to get all the necessary battle quotes I need. Oh yeah, he'll do enough damage to kill her. I wasn't sure, but seeing that intro, oh yeah, she dead. Goodbye.
What's the matter? Not feeling it?
Evidently not. Though I think Zidane wants to feel it. I mean, it's the Cloud of Darkness. It's Zidane.
With the gates to the void wide open, you are already dissolving into darkness.
Darkness within
There's
darkness.
nothing more you can do.
You're right.
Darkception.
If I was I'd probably just run.
Then why?
How? Like, where would you run? You're a dead man walking, literally.
I just need to follow this. The path will open up.
And then they go out of nowhere and serve me that Kingdom Hearts joke on a silver platter, so much so I can't even.
There is no escaping the fate of doom.
Like, the fight's over, we kind of missed the chance for the my friends on my power a
Among
bit.
the clouds in the void.
No, that's Onion Knight. Cloud is in the party.
It's only the end, if we think it is. We'll change that.
Piece of cake. Zidane just so badass. No one can stand in his way. He's unstoppable. Ooh, it upgraded. Street chain. Don't mind if I do. Teleport still not there. You think continent might be gone too. That's actually a good point. The world map hasn't changed because I guess they lack the art assets for that. But yeah, who knows if the land is still there. Yeah, there should be. Yep. What do you mean a detour? Just go before he starts worrying. Like, what do you mean, mind if I take a detour? This is the only way. We have to go through this gateway to get to where we're going. Yeah, and this, I remember, cutscene I remember was heavily changed from the original Dissidia, because they did change the story. Well, not like heavily changed, but it was different. Which is a real problem when we get to a voiced scene later in the storyline. But yeah, Garland was here to keep the cycles going, help keep the cycles going forever so chaos can become stronger and stronger and stronger. And well, they make that illusion there. The voiced cutscene mentions that Garland becomes chaos. But he doesn't. We know that now, that the chaos of Dissidia is not the same chaos that was in Final Fantasy. They are actually two separate beings. Garland is wrong. I don't know why they retain that reference even in the text scene, when that's not how the story goes anymore. He doesn't wear boots, he wears shoes. That's actually heartwarming in hindsight with Vivi. -8? Ugh. Well, I want to get that chest anyway. May as well. I got it. Let's do it.
Gotta put my best foot forward.
Missed me. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. That's just wasted my summon. Mio Twister will do enough damage. There we go. Save my summon.
Just as I expected.
And who's up next? Oh, Pandemonium. This is an underwhelming stage, but it can be annoying. The two sides will variably turn red, and spikes will jut up from the ground to stab you and interrupt attacks and all that. Oh, that was the tidal flame that got him. I thought I'd dispersed by now. I thought maybe the flare had gotten him or had been pulled into the tornado. No, the tidal flame circled around and got him. I'm actually saving that as a replay. I just want to watch that in my off time and make sure that that is what happened, because I'm just curious. I have so many replays saved. I don't even remember what a lot of them are for. Oh yes, those are all the replays saved from when I did that Mark Hamill's Kafka vid, because I had to do replays of all the characters facing Kafka with no text on the screen.
2 against 1 is fine with me.
It's gonna be fun when I do the character intro videos that you people want. I'm kidding. I don't mind. I'm actually probably gonna keep the heads up display for just because for 30 characters that's too much. I meant to do the Mio Twister there, but hey, that works too.
Just as I expected.
Ooh, I learned the 2 shield attacks I won't be equipping. Physical shield and magical shield raise your defense against those types of attacks when you're at critical HP. But if you're at critical HP, I really don't think I think that they give like 10%, maybe 20% bravery defense. And if you're at critical HP, I don't think that defensive boost is going to help you that much. Nope. Oh, she's an elite one. I didn't notice that.
Gotta put my best foot forward. Stings, One down.
There we go. Break. Oh. Oh! Okay, now you're getting on my nerves, lady.
Gotta put my best foot forward. Thanks, huh? One down.
Okay, don't know how they fell for that.
You're not getting away.
Wall rush. Come back here. Don't know how I hit her with that, but I won't complain. Didn't break me. Ah! Really getting on my nerves, lady.
Gotta put my best foot forward. Stings, huh?
I had hoped I could block that. I pressed the R button.
Gotta put my best foot forward.
I'm trying to, Zidane.
Stings, huh?
Stop pressuring me.
One down.
There we go. Got that. I love that teleport. Zidane will teleport when using Mio Twister, even if the opponent is banished away. Oh! Okay. She didn't recover from that, but that was annoying. Now we got you. Yes, you're correct. We got you now.
What's the matter? Not feeling it?
Yeah, and characters are leveling up, learning abilities. We'll check that out later, because we just got a boss fight up ahead now. First we got a chest. Scorpion. New inventory, yeah, don't care. Scorpion, what's that? Zidane can't equip it. Wall rush brave damage plus 20%. Meh. They nerfed the wall rush boosting too much in the games. Wall rush itself does half the damage it did in the first Dissidia, and most wall rush accessories are way weaker, so just ain't worth it.
Though we hope for promising years, after shedding 1,000 tears, yesterday's sorrow constantly.
This is the poem he was cited in Final Fantasy IX before he summoned Bahamut to attack Alexandria.
And I see that you never learn. Where will you go after all has been lost?
A lady has left the future up to me. I can't run away with my tail between my legs.
Maybe you need to learn things the hard way.
The good of it, Zidane's probably one of the few people that can use that term "tail between my legs."
Let the curtains rise.
On it, like literally.
In this world, only the fittest survive. Resign yourself to vanish.
Didn't we already make
the mellifluous twilight that awaits?
Mellifluous? Now you're just showing off the vocabulary, Kuja. I don't even want to look at your equipment because this fight's gonna be over.
No encore for this show.
There we go. Come on. Okay, we're gonna retry. I should have used my summon and EX burst when I had the chance.
Now for the final act. No encore for this show. Well, I'll bring this to an end. Time to get serious.
I don't think that's quite enough. That'll do it. And we're not even gonna get to the good part of Dark Messenger yet. That's just a shame. Yeah, that wouldn't have been enough to kill him. He had like 1300 left or so.
Just as I expected.
That is odd. You learn Omni Air Dash before the ground version? Wouldn't you want the ground version first, and then give him the air version? Because the air version would be better. You can dash in the air.
I'm not going
Whatever.
anywhere.
Then, I want you to erase me.
Yeah, this is the cutscene.
The world has disowned me.
This is one of the first English cutscenes that they revealed for Dissidia when it was coming out originally. And this was not a good scene to show as an example of the first English footage. Because there's awkward pauses, there's some clumsy translation.
Why? Do I need a reason to help someone?
And the characters are a bit more somber than they are normally, so it doesn't really isn't reflective of the actors' performances, which again I think are good. These are good. Like Zidane and Kucha's voice actors are good, and they're fitting for the characters, and they don't do bad performances really. This is just not a good scene to demonstrate that they're fitting. Again, they're awkwardly pausing, they're not talking like they do most of the time.
Aren't there more important things for you to seize? I return to where I must.
That is the third thing, it's a bit of a shame, like, the game doesn't come out right and say it, I think, but it is pretty heavily implied that a lot of these characters have been summoned from the ends of their games, which means that a lot of the villains are dead. And for the likes of Kuja and Jack, that is sad that, yeah, we're going back to where we belong. The grave. The afterlife.
The long conflict between the gods is finally over.
It's gonna start over again, right? We get purified or whatever, then go play with the kids some more.
Yes, that would usually be the case. But this time, we saw that Cosmos's death would not be transient, but absolute. Her warriors will also completely vanish, as will we.
They do mention the official quest that Cosmos was killed in a previous cycle, but she was revived. So that's why they manipulated them into getting the crystals. It weakened Cosmos enough that she couldn't be revived.
Wait a minute. That doesn't sound right. You've been trying to off us all from the beginning.
And I'm smiling as I say this, because the limited facial animations won't let me frown at you.
You are wrong on one point, Jecht. You are not Chaos's pawn.
What?
It's almost like an uncanny valley effect, like Jecht and Titus especially seem to like just have this little smile that they never lose in cutscenes when they stop talking. But what the Emperor meant by that, well, we'll have to find out next time, because we've been going on a long way, we've killed half the villains, So, for now, we're going to call an end to part 1 of the epilogue of the 013 cycle storyline in Dissidia Duodecim Final Fantasy. See ya, everybody.